Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kane warns Chelsea is horrified and Billy punches Adam. According to Tuesday, October 28 spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott has a confrontation with Adam Newman and Jack Abbott Peter. Bergman receives a confidential message. Billy like it when Adam irritates him. So, on Tuesday's show, when Adam prods his opponent, Billy becomes increasingly enraged. Billy loses control of his temper and flattens Adam with a single blow. Yes, that's the baby on the floor, placed there by another infant. Crazy talents. Billy strikes Adam. When Chelsea Lawson gets there, she witnesses her ex-boyfriend beating her current boyfriend. As the men attempt to defend themselves, and Chelsea tries to bring things back under control, accusations and justifications start to fly. Billy has no ill will toward Chelsea, and might even call her Victor Newman's little henchman. In addition to being firmly established in the Newman family as her love for Adam deepens, Chelsea works for Victor, so she has a part to play whether Billy Boy likes it or not. If Billy is astute, he will recognize that he is outnumbered. The biggest risk for Victor. Phyllis Summers tells Victor about stealing Kane Ashby's AI program and advises he buy it. They decide to make a transaction. But there are conditions attached because neither of them is very reliable. Both, however, are dubious. In the end, Phyllis and Victor decide to do business and have great expectations about their mutual outcome. What could go wrong? Jack receives an inscrutable message. Jack gets an odd message somewhere. Does Kyle Abbott reveal his activities in Los Angeles? Or does Kane Ashby want to meet up? Kane may send Jack a strange message in advance, since we know he brings important updates to the Abbott home. When Kane, who has lost control of the AI program, arrives to warn Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott, the identity of the thief is questioned, and the names of Victor and Phyllis are mentioned. What do you suppose Victor does with his illicitly obtained AI booty first? Unexpected offer, encrypted message, exaggerated. According to teasers for Tuesday, October 28, episode of The Young and the Restless, there will be some explosive moments in Genoa City. Two rivals make a new agreement. Someone receives a mysterious message, and a character is pushed too far this time. What can we expect from Tuesday's episode? Find out. Victor Newman's unexpected offer. According to spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th episode of The Young and the Restless, Victor Newman will make a deal with an unexpected person, and everything points to Phyllis Summers giving the mustache the AI software. Will Victor and Phyllis agree on something else? Or how much will Victor have to pay her for the program? Jack Abbott's secret communication. Jack Abbott will get a mysterious message across town, and it seems to be related to Victor scoring the AI program. Will this, however, be about anything else? Will Lily Winters or Kane Ashby alert Jack to the fact that the program has vanished and that Victor might possess it? During the Monday, October 27th broadcast, Kane and Lily discuss this. Thus, it's likely that one of them alerts Jack to it. It's enough for Billy Abbott. Last but not least, Tuesday's teasers for The Young and the Restless suggest that Adam Newman will push Billy Abbott too far. Adam is the best at making Billy angry. And in this week's YNR preview, Billy punches Adam out in the middle of the GCAC. But what does Adam say to Billy just before the big punch? Read this. The Young and the Restless. Claire's sexy predicament. Sienna questions Mitch, Michael's dangerous choice over the next 3 weeks. Fans will have to watch to see what exactly breaks Billy's back, as there's a lot of history and hostility between these two. So hopefully Adam doesn't go too far by bringing up Billy's late daughter, Delia Abbott. 1. A coming storm. Old rivalries reappear. In Genoa City, no feud burns longer or deeper than that of Billy Abbott and Adam Newman. It's a rivalry steeped in betrayal, grief, vengeance, and the unrelenting shadow of Delia Abbott's death. Every glance, every word, every confrontation between these two men carries the echoes of that tragedy. By the time Tuesday's episode begins, the air is thick with tension. Adam Newman is doing what he does best, needling his enemy, pushing buttons, and smiling with that smug, calculated charm that infuriates Billy to his core. For weeks, viewers have watched Billy, who is portrayed by Jason Thompson as emotionally unstable, struggle to keep a fragile peace while trying to hide his anger and resentment behind a facade of maturity. However, when Adam, Billy's world's constant antagonist, meets him again, that self-control breaks like glass, and Adam Newman, who is portrayed by Mark Grossman as possessing an exquisite balance of vulnerability and arrogance, knows exactly where to strike. He provokes not with overt aggression, but with sly insinuations and cutting remarks, each one aimed precisely at the rawest parts of Billy's psyche. Then, all at once, years of unresolved suffering and rage explode. Adam Newman gets a stiff hit from Billy Abbott. For an instant, Billy is more than simply a man striking another. He is exorcising a ghost and attempting to regain a sense of justice that the universe never granted him. The blow is not just physical. It is symbolic, a condensing of years of pain, remorse, and helplessness into a single, visceral act. 2. A love triangle breaks out in Chelsea's horror. Chelsea Lawson, whose timing couldn't be more dramatic or worse, enters the room as her past and present collide in the most literal way imaginable, her ex-boyfriend knocking out her current one. Her gasp of horror reverberates throughout the GCAC, and she has a flash of guilt, disbelief, and heartbreak in her eyes because she knows deep down that she started this. Chelsea has always been a woman of conflicted loyalties. A former con artist who later became a fashion designer and mother, she has frequently found herself torn between two men who embody different aspects of her fractured identity, Billy and Adam. With Billy, she once shared passion, chaos, and a mutual understanding born out of pain, while with Adam, she shared something far more dangerous, intensity that verges on obsession and love tainted by deceit. Seeing the two of them engage in physical combat over her and old wounds is Chelsea's nightmare come true. The tightness in her face reflects the audience's own conflicted sympathies as she watches two aspects of her life destroy one another. Her initial reaction is emotional paralysis. She is unsure of whom to console and is drawn toward Adam by instinct, but returns to Billy by memory. Chelsea's voice quivers as she cries for them to stop, and Adam, still in shock from the blow, responds sharply, characterizing Billy as unstable and dangerous. Billy then accuses Adam of deceit, manipulation, and using Chelsea as a pawn in his never-ending battle with the Abbotts. Almost without realizing it, Billy then directs his rage at Chelsea, questioning her loyalty to Victor Newman and calling her just another Newman puppet. Chelsea finds this to be the ultimate insult because she has worked so hard to change who she is and to get out of Victor's shadow. But Billy's accusation hurts because it is true. Her career, relationship, and even her stability are all connected to the Newman Empire once more. And even though she tries to deny it, she is unable to do so. Now, she finds herself standing between two men who stand for the past and the future of her mistakes. 3. Victor's schemes. Deceit encased in power. Victor Newman, the patriarch of Genoa City's most powerful family, is a man who commands respect and fear in equal measure. But beneath that polished exterior lies a schemer who thrives on control, manipulation, and the art of the deal. Today he is plotting something bold. Meanwhile, fists are flying and emotions are ebbing and flowing elsewhere. Never afraid to break the rules, Phyllis Summers approaches Victor with an intriguing proposal, an AI program that was stolen from Kane Ashby. This isn't just technology, it's power, and for Victor, power is oxygen. Victor listens, intrigued but wary, knowing that any collaboration with Phyllis has a cost. Their negotiation scene is classic Young and the Restless Theater, two titans circling each other with veiled threats and reluctant admiration. Every word between them carries subtext. Phyllis knows she's playing with fire, but so is Victor. They both understand the risk of dealing with someone equally ruthless. Trust is out of the question. This is about leverage. They strike a deal anyway, because in Genoa City, ambition always trumps morality. Viewers can almost hear the menacing music swell as they shake hands, indicating that this alliance, like all of Victor's, is destined to collapse spectacularly. Victor's eyes shine with the satisfaction of a man who thinks he's just gained the upper hand, while Phyllis's faint smile suggests she's already planning her next move. 4. The mysterious message of Jack Abbott. Jack Abbott, meanwhile, is dragged into yet another level of intrigue across town. This week's storyline centers on a mysterious message, a subtle yet effective plot device that connects the different storylines, which could come from his son Kyle, who has been hiding secrets in Los Angeles, or it could come from Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, who is frantically trying to control the chaos surrounding his stolen AI program. Jack's response to the message is classic Bergman, composed, thoughtful, and nuanced. He has experienced enough deceit to understand that nothing in Genoa City is ever as it seems. His forehead furrows as he reads, and he feels as though the Abbott legacy is pressing down on him. Whatever the message contains, it's apparent it will shift the course of not only his life, but the Abbott family's position in the continuing struggle against the. Kane's manner is strained and urgent when he finally arrives at the Abbott mansion. He no longer has control over the AI software he created, which was meant to transform the commercial world, but is now being used as a weapon by his adversaries. He issues a straightforward but terrifying message to Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott. Be cautious who you put your trust in. As the debate unfolds, names like Victor Newman and Phyllis Summers start to arise, intertwining the strands of each plotline into one seamless web. Kane's remarks linger in the air, suggesting that the theft is personal in nature rather than merely corporate espionage. This is more than just business for Jack. It has to do with survival, family, and legacy. 5. The punches structure, emotion, and symbolism. Billy punching Adam, the action that takes up most of the show, is more than just a violent one. It has to do with guilt, catharsis, and the human need for vengeance. Billy's grief at the death of his daughter Delia has persisted for years, and although he has made an effort to forgive Adam for the accident that led to it, it has never been simple. Like a scar that never goes away, Adam has also carried the guilt. Nevertheless, they keep circling one another like injured predators rather than coming to an accord. The punch, then, is inevitable. It is the result of all of their repressed feelings for one another. In the genre of soap opera, physical altercations frequently represent emotional outbursts that are difficult to express through words. It feels very raw here, though. It's a man crumbling beneath the weight of his own ghosts, not a bar fight or macho show. It's equally impactful when the punch is delivered. There is silence. Adam is astonished, both by the impact and by what it signifies as he lies on the ground. Billy feels regret and anger heaving in his chest. For a brief second, they lock eyes, and beneath the fury there's something else. Recognition. As two broken men attempting to escape the repercussions of their decisions, they are essentially mirror images of one another. 6. Chelsea's predicament. Self-preservation, loyalty, and love. Chelsea's shock at seeing the fight soon turns to rage and hopelessness. Both men are too engrossed in their animosity to hear her attempts at mediation. Chelsea, a woman divided between two versions of her own past, becomes the scene's emotional center in typical YNR way. Her lingering fondness for Billy is tainted by history, and her devotion to Adam is compounded by his darkness. Billy's resentment permeates the atmosphere as she cares for Adam. He charges her of choosing security over morality and supporting Victor's empire. Chelsea retorts that Billy has become the same thing he hates because of his fixation on the past. Combining romantic tension with philosophical argument, it's one of the episode's most emotionally powerful confrontations. Billy stands for vengeance, Chelsea for redemption, and there is a wound between them that won't go away. Chelsea is left broken at the conclusion of the altercation. Her connection with Billy is scorched by rage, and her bond with Adam is shattered by guilt. Viewers can perceive the episode's overarching theme, the impossibility of avoiding one's past in Genoa City, in her mirror. 7. Kane's caution, technology, morality, and profit. The moral core of the episode is Cain Ashby's subplot, despite its initial appearance as a supporting one. The peril of unbridled ambition is symbolized by his pilfered AI program. Once a representation of creativity, it now serves as a breeding ground for dishonesty, avarice, and manipulation. The program poses nuanced ethical and technological challenges through Cain's warning to Jack. They are contemporary concerns filtered through the young and the restless melodrama. Jack becomes immediately concerned when Cain tells him that he no longer has authority over the software. It has the power to ruin both riches and reputations in the wrong hands. Shakespearean irony is added by the fact that Victor and Phyllis are already scheming to take advantage of it. The exact instrument intended to establish order may instead sow disarray. This plot line thematically reflects the interpersonal disputes that occur throughout the episode. Cain loses control over his invention in the same way that Billy loses control over his feelings. Both men were brought down by forces they believed they could control. Both have to deal with the consequences of their arrogance. 8. The repercussions. Waves through Genoa City. In The Young and the Restless, every punch has repercussions that extend well beyond the immediate scene. Through phone calls, rumors, and whispers, word of the altercation spreads quickly. When Jack learns of it, he worries that Billy's rage would destroy the tenuous equilibrium he has been trying to preserve. Ever the opportunist, Victor takes advantage of the confusion to strengthen his hold. And emotionally spent, Chelsea starts to doubt her connection with Adam in general. Adam plans his next move in the meantime. In private, he simmers with resentment. In public, he plays the victim. Adam Newman never forgets humiliation because it's banked and just waiting for the proper time to blow up. Billy, on the other hand, battles guilt. For the first time, he questions whether he is indeed free of his demons or if they still hold him captive after hearing his therapist's advice to control his impulses. 9. Human frailty, guilt, and power are thematic threads. Several important elements that characterize The Young and the Restless are expertly woven together in this episode. Corruption and power. Victor and Phyllis's partnership demonstrates how morality is undermined by power. The business equivalent of Billy and Adam's personal grudge is their readiness to use others to further their own agendas. Billy and Adam's encounter serves as a reminder of how guilt may turn into obsession. Their disagreement will never really be resolved because neither guy is able to forgive the other or himself. Love and betrayal. The age-old YNR struggle between emotion and reason is personified by Chelsea. Her interactions with both men demonstrate the destructive and healing power of love. Technology and ethics. The AI plotline adds a contemporary edge while cautioning that ambition unbridled by morality can go too far. The skillful weaving of each thread into the next creates a complex moral and emotional tapestry that captivates viewers. 10. Conclusion. The infinite echoes of Genoa City. No one is genuinely victorious at the end of the episode. Billy feels hollow even if his punch may have sated a fundamental craving. Adam's smile disappears when he acknowledges that he can no longer control Chelsea's pity. Being torn between two guys who are incapable of letting go of one another leaves Chelsea in emotional wreckage. Victor Newman, who knows that chaos in other people's life frequently translates to control in his own, smiles in the distance. The Young and the Restless ability to elevate ordinary human foibles into a powerful emotional opera is exactly what has kept it afloat for decades. In keeping with that tradition, Tuesday's episode, Billy Punches Adam, Chelsea's Horror and Cain's Warning, is a masterwork. Not only does it matter who delivers the punch, but also why it lands, what it signifies, and how it affects every area of Genoa City. Ultimately, one thing is clear: no action, no matter how rash, occurs in isolation in The Young and the Restless. The complex web of love, power, and treachery that characterizes this fictitious society is reverberated by every transaction, every secret, and every punch. Fans are left anxiously anticipating the next play in a game that never really finishes as the dust settles.